We've just come off another successful St. Jude Dream Home giveaway, and it's amazing the people you meet at open houses or just being out and about in the city. And that's where we learned about a young man by the name of Jack. Jim Herrick joins us today with why the legacy of his nephew, Jack Vineski, will always continue despite his absence. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today.
Morning, Amanda. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So we're getting ready to turn the calendar page into September, and that month is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and that's where Jack comes in. Tell me a little bit about Jack and what happened.
Jack was an amazing young boy. Jack was diagnosed with cancer in 2010. He battled it intensely for about 5 years. We lost Jack in 2015, and what we realized through the struggle with Jack was there's not a whole lot of support for childhood cancer locally or really nationally. And the sad part is, 1 in 250 kids are going to get diagnosed with cancer. There's 50,000 kids around the U.S. that are sitting in hospitals today receiving treatment for cancer, and yet with all of this, there's only 4% of the U.S. federal funding goes to pediatric cancer. So we realized that we needed to step up and do some things after we lost Jack, and so we formed Catching Up with Jack in 2016. We've raised about $500,000 so far in the last 5 years, even with taking last year off. And we've got really two missions. One is to get money directly on the front lines to help find a cure, supporting local hospitals around here in what they need, and then more on the national level directly for pediatrics. And then two is directly to help support local families going through this. We tend to get calls, it seems like weekly, of kids locally who are going through this, and they need some of the support, both financially and then just with some of the resources that maybe they didn't have access to.
It's just heartbreaking, when we talk about kids, we just hate to obviously see them go through pain, and then you don't want to see them lose their lives so early on. And so it's wonderful that you all have stepped up to the plate and said, you know what, we want to help other families, because that number, that's not a great number. What you said, 1 in 250?
Yep.
That's, definitely not a great number. That we don't want to hear that. But you've got an event coming up next month. If people in the community want to come in and help out with the effort, tell us what the event is all about.
Yeah, September 9th, Thursday, September 9th at Cedar Creek Church in Perrysburg. We've got Matthew West coming in. It's going to be an amazing night. It's going to be a full concert. He's going to put on an incredible show. If you don't know who Matthew West is, look him up. He's fun, he's entertaining, and the music's off the charts. You can go to catchingupwithjack.com to get tickets there. We're almost sold out, so I'd recommend getting on there now, but it's going to be an awesome night. And again, every single dollar from ticket sales is going to go directly to the mission. There's not going to be big asks for money, so while it is a fundraiser, we've gotten tremendous sponsorships and the ticket sales, so we're not going to ask people for additional dollars when they get there.
You said about $500,000 that you've raised so far in the last 5 years, and you have been able to use that money right away to help families and kids in our communities. I saw some of the gadgets that the kids get when they're at the hospital.
Yeah, so we started a program in combination with ProMedica, where Jack received some of his treatment, called Fires by Jack. So when kids get into the pediatric unit, there is a diagnosis. One of these things these kids want to do is just be kids. And oftentimes they may not have access to some of the technology to be able to do that. So this Fires by Jack program hands every child diagnosed with cancer a Kindle Fire loaded with all age-appropriate games and movies and shows, just to let them kind of get their mind away from it a little bit.
So you can see firsthand how your money is going directly to the kids.
Yep.
And to their families. If people can't make it to the concert but they want to help, is there a way that they can just make donations?
Absolutely. Again, catchingupwithjack.com. Donations are accepted. All the information's right on there. You can donate right on there. Any questions, you can reach out to us. There's a contact us button on there as well. So certainly people can donate as well. We welcome that.
Yeah, catchingupwithjack.com. Jim, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Amanda, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Take care.